everybody, it's Lady Mal. Yeah, I just have to show y'all this first before I get started. These are my two cats. This is Dumbledore, and this is Daryl, named after the Walking Dead Daryl. Anyway, they've been driving me crazy trying to get on this video. Anyway, hi y'all, it's Lady Mal. I'm back again. Today I have a few topics to touch on, just kind of random things that have come to mind, that sort of thing. The first thing I want to talk about is communication. I know I've talked about it before, but if y'all are friends with me on Fetlife, you kind of saw a incident explode. I wasn't asked to post about it. In fact, I asked one of the people involved, who is a good friend of mine, if I could post about it, and he said, sure, go ahead. Communication is so important, and it's not just in this lifestyle, but in life in general. You have to communicate. You know, you can't just sit back and be miserable or be uncomfortable or be unhappy or whatever and not let the other person know. Because if you do that, you're just lying to yourself and lying to them, and that's not fair to anybody. You know, you have to communicate your issues, you know, your concerns to your partner, be it in the vanilla world, in the kink world, in a business setting. You know, you can't just sit back and hope things will get better. You have to open up and talk about them. I did get a little lippy, but, you know, my daddy said I was fine, so people got their feelings hurt, but if you're going to act like a child, you're going to get treated like a child. And I can't stress that enough. You know, you act like a terrible human being, you're going to get treated like one, and nothing's ever going to change. You're just going to be in a constant cycle of being miserable and hurting somebody's feelings just because you can't tell them that you're miserable. Also, another thing that kind of came up, bird dogging. Now, I don't know, that may be a term that younger people don't know, but I know people my age and older do know what bird dogging is. It happens a lot, especially in the BDSM community. Say submissive A has a problem, right? And instead of talking to her dominant, she goes to dominant B and says, oh, these are my problems, I don't know what to do. Well, dominant B is very interested in the submissive. And so in order to get the submissive away from dominant A, dominant B is going to tell the submissive what he or she wants to hear, so that they will break it off with dominant A and go run to dominant B. I understand that sometimes it might happen by accident, but a lot of times it is definitely on purpose. And that's not cool. Bird dogging and that's essentially what that is in vanilla life too. It's where, you know, Mary is with Bobby, but Joey wants to be with Mary, and so Joey starts filling Mary's head with, you know, lies or whatever, uncertainties, until she leaves whatever the first one was and goes with the second one, you know. I mean, it's not cool. You don't do stuff like that. That's just, it's tacky. Have some couth, you know. Also, honesty. Honesty is a big one too, and I practice what I preach, because Daddy and I had a huge conversation last night, because I was having some issues, and I went to him with them, and he told me, and we talked, and I cried, because, oh, I'm a crier, that's what I do. But we got everything worked out, and we were honest and open in our communication, and now everything's okay. So, you know, it does work. I do practice what I preach. So when I say be honest and open with your partners, be honest and open with your partners, you know. Don't hide stuff from them, because it's just going to make things worse in the end. Also, red flags. I've come across this quite a lot in a couple of people's writings and a couple of people's situations and whatever. But if you see something that you think is a red flag, you need to put the brakes on and go, wait. Time out. This isn't what we talked about. This isn't what I'm okay with. Don't think you have to take it just because they're the dominant and you're the submissive, or they're the sadist and you're the masochist. And this also goes vice versa. If the masochist does something that the sadist isn't comfortable with, the sadist can go, hey, hold on. Not happening. This is not what I signed up for. You don't have to just deal with it because of your role. You know, whether you're a dominant, a submissive, a masochist, a sadist, a master, a slave, whatever, you're all human beings, and you all have a voice that you are allowed to use. So use it. If you get into a situation, even if you're in the middle of a scene and something happens and you like use your safe word or use red, green, yellow, whatever, and they don't respond, fight back. I mean, seriously. Okay, so for example, it's kind of embarrassing, but this was back when I first got into the scene. I was with a master, and he informed me. Now, let me back up. I'd already said that this was our first time together. I didn't want anybody else in the room. I didn't want anybody else involved. Well, I spent the first 4 hours, which was probably a mistake, blindfolded and headphoned, so I couldn't see or hear anything. When he finally took those off, I discovered that there had been another man in the room the whole time. And that's when this master informed me that I was going to do a lap dance for him and his friend, and then they were going to do whatever they wanted to, and I said no. And they proceeded to tell me that I was going to do it because I was his submissive and I had no say, and I said, screw you, wrapped myself up in a sheet and walked out of the hotel room to the lobby and called my friend to come get me. And then she and her master went and got my stuff for me. But anyway, like I said, you can say no. It may be a very uncomfortable situation, and you may have to walk out of a hotel room in nothing but a sheet. That was embarrassing, but I wasn't going to put up with it anymore. So, you know, if you see a red flag, it's probably a pretty good time to stand up and go, no, don't do that. One moment. Okay, sorry about that. My son came in to ask a question. Anyway, so that's really all I have to say about like topics for today. I'm kind of scatterbrained today because we're going on vacation this weekend, and so I'm trying to get laundry done and all that stuff done. So we're going to be gone all weekend, so next week's vlog might be a little late. I don't know. It just depends on how tired I am when we get back. Also, my daddy is going to be starting vlogs with me again, but he is going to be reading, I know a couple of vlogs ago, or the last, whatever, I put a list of books, BDSM instructional books, and he is going to be reading them because he can read a whole book in like 2 hours. He reads really, really fast. So he's going to be reading them, and he's going to be doing reviews of them, in addition to my weekly vlog. So you'll be on the lookout for that. Also, I found out that through YouTube, I do qualify for live streaming events. So I'm considering doing a live Q&A. I don't know when. I'm not really sure how all that works. I got to do some more research on it. But let me know down here in the comments if y'all would be interested in doing something like that. Because I would really like, I mean, I might do a couple, since I know I have some viewers that are in different countries with different time zones. So, let me know if you'd be interested in that. Also include what country you're from, so that way I know how many I would need to do and whatnot, so that somebody doesn't have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do a live Q&A, because I would really, I mean, unless you're up at 3 a.m., which is awesome, but if you're not, I don't want you to have to get up, you know. Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Size haters. I've seen a lot of bigger girls like me get put down because we are big, because we're not, you know, 120 pounds and have an ass that goes on for days and titties the size of milk jugs. I personally am a bigger girl, and I have a small chest, and my daddy loves it. And even though I'm not, I wrestle with self-esteem every day. I mean, it's just part of who we are. But don't let the jerks that say, oh, well, you have to be skinny and have big boobs and whatever to be in the scene. No, you don't. You just have to be yourself. So screw them. Be happy in your own skin. You can always improve yourself, which is what I'm in the process of doing. But that doesn't mean that you can't be happy and be comfortable in your own skin. So, and if you have stretch marks, screw it. They're just tiger stripes. Get them. You're big girls and boys. Whatever. Anyway, so I will see y'all later. Y'all have a great week and weekend, and I will see y'all when I get back. Mwah. Bye bye. Love y'all.